Whoa, bros. We're back. Is it Thursday yet? Everyone is in their correct place. It's shocking how well we're doing this week. First off, I just want to say, tonight, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of how you can easily defeat my one remaining mech. But before that, we're going to do a sponsored skit, and I just want to talk about how you need to like, comment, and smash that subscribe button. What should I actually say for my intro? I've been reading a lot of Korean manhwa, which is their version of manga, which is the Japanese version of comics. And I gotta tell you, they do the evil villainous lady. Let me be clear before I get started. Traditionally, manhwa has been absolute garbage, but these ones I've been reading lately are really good. They're some of the best villainous stories I've ever read. Bizarre. It's bizarre how good they are. There'll be an announcement after the skip intro button, but since roughly 80% of you skip intros, doesn't really feel like I should do it beforehand. You know, speaking of people who skip intros when they go back and rewatch sessions, everyone here but Cotton, actually. I'm just going to jump over to Rad, but really, I know the other three of you rewatch episodes, which is super bizarre to me.
Wait, are you saying I do or don't rewatch episodes?
You do rewatch episodes, and you go back and look at old comments.
I do occasionally go back and look at comments. I have not watched an old episode in a very long. I'm not watched an episode in a very long time, though.
All right.
I
knew
did for
during
a while,
Okeanos you did.
For a while, I did.
It was weird.
Then, yeah.
Bizarre to me.
Sure.
I had to go back.
There's a lot of things you do that's bizarre to me as well.
That's true. Listen, I had to go back and watch season 1 APGamingREAL stuff this week, and it has been torture.
I don't know why anyone would do that. It's just absolute garbage. That's what you needed, right? Was for me to agree with you? Is that what you're hoping for?
Listen, where I come from, you cannot accept a compliment if you don't feel that you deserve it, and you cannot accept an insult if you don't feel you deserve it. And let me tell you, season 1, that's some hot, flaming garbage. That's a dumpster filled with oily rags and tires.
Jade Region and Skulls with Shackles will always be some of my favorite Arthur Perkins programming.
You're telling me I peaked? It's season 1. God, that's terrible. I'd like to think I improved.
I've learned with Arthur, like complimenting Arthur is like giving a gift to a samurai. You've got to compliment him 3 times. He's got to reject it twice.
It's all about the white elephant, my friends. You have to give me a gift that will ruin me in the process. Rad, what do you have going on this week?
What do I have going on? I don't know, normal stuff, I guess. My wife took my children out into the country to go on an adventure this weekend, so I am living the alone life between now and Sunday. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just hanging out. I ordered pizza. Don't have to be at work super early tomorrow, so I'm prepared to basically embrace my inner sloth for the entire weekend and sit around and do nothing and absolutely enjoy every second of it.
You want to play Sea of Thieves after this?
I do.
Do you want to play Sea of Thieves tomorrow?
I could play after this maybe for a little bit, but I do definitely want to play tomorrow after work.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll call it a plan. I re-uploaded it and updated it, and then I opened it and like farted around it for like 5 minutes to make sure it was working.
The new Maiden Voyage is actually a pretty good tutorial.
So I have no idea what's going on with anything, but
yeah, Maiden Voyage.
To play.
It's the new solo tutorial that.
Can I play that? I don't. How do you access that?
So when you're on the main menu, in the lower right hand corner, it'll say Maiden Voyage.
Okay, all right, that's what I need to do then.
So instead of being like, I want to go on an adventure, I want to do PvP in the arena, you go Maiden Voyage.
I will 100% do that.
Pretty good. Also, if you find the secret treasure chest, you can get a whole shit ton of gold for no apparent reason. It's pretty good.
Sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I got going on, really. Tomorrow will be probably a pretty busy day at work, but once I make it over that hump, I think I'm gonna be living pretty large this weekend. I say living large, it's really going to be probably a pretty pathetic sight. I'm going to sit around in my underwear all weekend, not doing shit. So
Listen,
it's a great time to me personally.
As kids, we used to make fun of adults for doing exactly this, and now we're just like, that's right, kids. Drink your juice box and go to sleep at 8 o'clock after 2 naps in the middle of the day.
Right. I'll probably go to sleep relatively early because normally on weekends when I stay up late, it's because it's after my kids have gone to bed and me and my wife just have like quiet, non-9-year-old and 5-year-old time, which is very relaxing. We do what we want to do. We play games.
I was going to say Animal Crossing.
She plays Animal Crossing. I play whatever I'm playing. We watch, Netflix, and we stay up late because we're like, this is the only time we get to do these things. And now when my kids aren't here, I can literally just do that all day and probably go to sleep at like 9 o'clock. So, yeah. That's it.
Brad, have you ever watched the YouTube series or channel Man Shorts, and they do their D&D editions videos?
The D&D parenting edition?
Yeah, no, that absolutely sounds up my alley, though.
Yeah, D&D parenting edition was on this week. It's pretty good if you're a parent.
My 9-year-old has recently been showing some interest in D&D. Not the game necessarily, but the fiction.
Concept.
I have kind of like a kid's monster manual where it's really, it's kind of a small book, and I read it to him, but we just go through it, and it's just got collections of monsters in it. He loves that. He loves reading all the little monster entries. We have 3 or 4 choose your own adventure D&D books, and they're each themed after a class. So there's like the cleric book, and it's like a choose your own adventure where you're a cleric, and there's the fighter book, and just choose your own adventure as a fighter. So he really likes those. So I'm going to check this out, James, and I'm hoping that it's going to help me get my kid into D&D.
Let me ask.
It's not. That's not what this video is for, but there are plenty of videos for that.
All right, good.
Did you back the Kickstarter for Critical Core?
No, I don't know what that is.
All right. When it comes out, I'll get you a copy. I'll get an add-on to get an extra copy. So it's like a bunch of D&D favoring therapists and child psychiatrists got together and designed like a version of D&D for like autistic children.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's all about like social skills intervention.
I feel like I vaguely heard of this.
That's because I told you about it before.
That might be why. I also know of the Minecraft server for the autistic community. So that's something he's got.
That way, but I should buy some of that for sure. He loves Minecraft and is autistic. So
yeah, so same. And it was started by an autistic guy, like an adult, who basically was like, I'm tired of going into other people's servers all the time and having a hard time communicating. So I mean, it's got a really great set of like community rules, and it's really excellent. He enjoys it quite a bit because I'm so apprehensive to let him play games online with other people because people are jerks, and they don't get it, or they don't take circumstances into consideration before opening their mouths, because you're online and anonymity is like a terrible fucking thing. So like he really likes Sea of Thieves, but I'm a nervous fucking wreck whenever he's playing it, because he's constantly running into other people. And we've had some really good experiences where I get on the microphone, I'm like, hey man, you're playing with my 8-year-old, and he's autistic. So if you want to run off and do something else, that's totally cool. Just letting you know so that you're not, caught sideways. And I've had a lot of people be like super cool to him and spend time with him and be like really understanding and patient, like take him places and do stuff. So like for every one of those experiences you have 5 where you just have to go, oh, the Xbox broke, I don't know, oh, now we can't play anymore because some jackass is being an idiot. So the Minecraft server's been good though. We've had a good time on it.
Well, my oldest child plays a lot of Fortnite at the moment, and every now and again, one of the kids he's playing will be like, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber." They always tell each other, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber," and it's always a load of crap. This week he was playing. He's like, "Oh, I'm playing with a Twitch streamer," and I said, "No, you're not. It's all bullshit." And I looked at the guy's name. I looked him up on Twitch, and he was actually streaming live on Twitch at the time. And so my son was very excited to watch himself.
Watch himself play. That's cool. That's very cool.
As the person he was playing with. So.
I mean, you can tell him that you're now a Twitch streamer.
That's true.
Incredible. What dark power is this?
Look, he gets D&D. I took him down to a convention in another state earlier in the year for his first go at D&D, and it was run by, there was a 12-year-old kid running the intro game, so it was good for kids to get into and learn it. So
that's cool. I think so. The way he is he's generally not big on fiction, like a lot of kids that are autistic. He's big on science, facts, black and white. Is it yes? Is it no? How does this work? How exactly does this work? But for whatever reason, he's really caught on to this Dungeon Master book or Monster Manual book, because it presents each monster like as a factual thing, right? Like, oh, it has these abilities and it does, and that's very quantitative for him to like grasp on. So he really likes it. I think my daughter, my 5-year-old, when she gets a little bit older, she's going to be a shoo-in for D&D. She eats that shit up. She's big into playing pretend. So I'm excited to get her a little bit older, see if she wants to be interested in playing. But yeah, other than that, other than being Raddosaurus, that's it. That's really all I got going on.
Listen, I have a whole array. You know that I have an array of things that people have called you. Raddosaurus was in there with Raddosaurus.
I like that one.
Listen, I love that one. It's so good.
So I got to tell you, Brad, so I got 3 kids, and my wife said to me when we had 3 kids that she wants one child to not be a nerd. Like, for me, have one child I don't influence. And I said, no deal.
Pack your bags, woman.
Tough.
Yeah. Fortunately, my wife is also a huge nerd. She's not the same kind of nerd as I am. She's not a fiction nerd. She's a fucking actual like science nerd. She's an academic nerd, so we do okay between the two of us. She's like, "Ooh, read a fiction book? Gross." I'm gonna read this this peer-reviewed science paper on microbiology because that's super interesting. I'm like, oh well, all right. But dragons, I mean,
I want to hear her opinion on C. elegans right now. That's big in the science community.
I am married to a scientist, and it's a journey. A biologist specifically. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got going on.
James, what do you have going on?
Well, I got going on. I'm in the middle of 4 days of gaming, which is ironic given that's the Gen Con 4 days of gaming too, because I ran Battletech last night. I'm playing Battletech today. I'm running Pendragon tonight. I'm playing Nemesis Call of Cthulhu tomorrow, and then back for Rogue Trader on my Sunday. So my wife's not going to see very much of me this weekend. I also managed to find a copy of the original Transformers, the movie, to show my kids tonight for movie night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Because they like Transformers.
You got the touch.
Stuff. Exactly. Stan Bush. Can't beat it. So it's been me, really. Yeah, I managed to find some time to do some more model building and painting this week, but I managed to fix what was wrong with my RC tank. But yeah, that's been it. Looking forward to some gaming.
You ever get around to painting that Nazi commander, but making him look like Charlie Chaplin?
No, he's only got undercoated so far, unfortunately. So
I don't know what that means.
Oh, like it's just the primer. He's been primed. That's it.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. It's the paint you put on. It's the paint you put on before you paint it.
Understood. Do you prime with an airbrush?
No, I prime with a rattle can.
Okay. Yeah. I had somebody asking me, he showed me a Warhammer model, and he linked me a YouTube video of this guy painting it. He's like, yeah, he paints it. I want to be able to do this, but he uses an airbrush. How can I do this without an airbrush? And I was like, that's easy. Step 1, go to the store and buy an airbrush. And he was like, oh, okay.
And look, if I want to use a base color, which I don't have as a rattle can, I'll usually still rattle can it black because those primers are good for holding the paint, especially on like metal or resin models, and then I will use an airbrush to apply the base coat.
So you're able to get the coat thin enough with just a regular old spray paint can.
Yeah. It depends on the type of paint. Like the Tamiya paints are a bit thicker; they tend to clog up a bit, whereas
it's
the
not.
Gamesworks
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice.
Okay.
It's a lot of keep it at a certain distance and do sweeping motions.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I also tend to paint my stuff while they're still in pieces now. That was a big change about a year ago for me. Was I stopped painting things like fully assembling and then painting. I do little sub assemblies and then paint.
Yeah, I learned that lesson quick.
Okay.
One model is a really big pain in the ass. Was a big pain in the ass to paint some parts because
find this video he sent me and I could show it to you guys.
It has a cape that blocks its back legs completely, and it's hard to get.
No, I remember when you were talking about that. Yeah, you couldn't get in there and paint it. His butt will forever remain unpainted.
Well, it's mostly painted. I don't have it with me at the moment.
With the newer models that are actually designed by computer, because they model it in 3D and then they cut it up like in 3D to put it on the sprue, is that a lot of times the cut lines aren't necessarily where there's a division in the model. So you might have robes that are cut halfway down and you sort of stick the robes together. And unless you get like a good seal, you'll have that seam still as well. But it also means it makes it harder to paint in pieces because I've got a model I'm working on right now where he's got a cape. So I've got the cape separate, but the cape also includes part of his shoulder and arm, and actually part of his belt and part of what's on it, like hanging from his belt as well, because that's how they've cut the shape up. So that's me.
It's a crapshoot. Who do I want to go with? Cotton or Pondo?
Flip a coin, roll the dice.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna go with Cotton.
It's my turn?
Yeah, I feel like I could write your intro, but please go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you say.
Oh, hi, I'm Cotton. I doodle and stuff. You can find me on Twitter. I'm on AP's Thursday night show. I'm also on his Tuesday night art show, and Sunday I'm on Pondothemad's D&D 5e Hunters of Ulvern, which might be getting back together this week.
That's my intro.
Fucking nailed it. Please feel free to do your real intro.
That's about all I was gonna say.
Okay. All right. Oh no, I can't do your intro, unfortunately. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what you're doing?
Nothing at the moment. I got the Indominus box last week. I still have yet to actually try to cut them free and prime any of it. I kind of just waiting to get model lacquer, so that way I can actually seal the models, because that's one thing I'm missing, and I was oblivious to thinking I needed.
I try to seal all models inside Dreadnought chassis. You know, right inside that coffin box.
Yep, I've been wanting to look at the Crusade rules for the 40K, but I've yet to do so. I'm intrigued.
We've started the Crusade campaign this week. Actually, it's a lot of fun.
I can imagine. But I hadn't really done much this week as far as anything productive, unfortunately. Kind of just been letting the week ride, and probably gonna be that way. I don't know. Hoping I do meet up Sunday, but I don't know. Something will always happen. Life is life, etc., etc.
Don't worry, we're gonna talk about after intros. We're gonna talk about life. It's gonna get real. Got anything else going on?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right, how much farther are you in Valkyria Chronicles? I feel like you're gonna pass me at this rate. I'm over here playing Sea of Thieves, and you're like, I am the battlefield.
Yeah, no, I'm at chapter 12. I haven't started the battle for it yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm catching up, though.
Yeah. Well, you'll easily pass me at this rate.
The one freezy lady is a bitch. The two little girls are a pain in the ass.
Wait, are you talking about Chromaria 11?
Yes.
Yeah, she's great. What's your beef with her? She's so sad. That's my favorite.
Murdered a whole crew of a warship.
Is that the one that was picking on the children?
No, the children were picking on her. They're like, why are you so useless and dumb? And she's like, no, stop insulting me. And they're like, no, you stop being dumb. And she's like, These little children are making me cry in front of all of my cool friends and my entire military unit.
We've played very different games.
Yes. Valkyria Chronicles is weird, man. Listen, I want to tell you about the Valkyria Chronicles 1 anime, Rad. One of the first scenes is this girl just being like, okay, anti-tank grenade, throw it in a house full of people, kill everyone in there, and she's like, yes! I'm gonna go eat some bread. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? She just killed like 8 people. Why is she happy? And why is the entire series based around people who like bread?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it is a great question.
I never have an answer.
Yeah, they love bread, man.
Yeah.
Isn't the world a story based around bread? I mean,
you know what? You remember that episode where I was like, isn't a dessert pizza a type of dessert? And you all said no. I was going back through comments. The audience agrees with me. You can have dessert pizzas, legitimately.
Sweet validation.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, getting the audience to agree with me is hard enough. But about something as stupid as pizza? Nailed it.
I thought it was you were saying, isn't a dessert pizza a pizza? When we said that it wasn't a pizza.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was right. Don't worry about it.
But sure, okay.
Look, I already had someone correct me about On the Tabletop on Tuesday. They were like, I know you said that the Steelers are popular in Philadelphia, but that's actually the Eagles. And I was like, listen, I'm right up here near Philadelphia, and I know that the Steelers are popular there. They might not be as popular as the Eagles, but you know what? Delaware and West Virginia don't have their own football teams or teams of any kind. So the Steelers are popular there too. Everywhere I go, it's always Steelers.
That's like down here.
Yeah, West Virginia is more so. West Virginia is more so the Steelers.
Don't give me that, Rad. There's fucking. Isn't there an ice hockey team in Texas? You guys have national teams.
No, I'm just saying, for places that don't have teams, they default to the Cowboys. Like for all the cities in Texas that don't have an NFL team, they're Cowboy cities.
And you have a state team, which is very different than West Virginia and Delaware.
We don't have a state team, Arthur. That's what I'm telling you.
Dallas Cowboys.
There's Houston and then the Dallas Cowboys.
We have our own team here in Houston. They're not they're not the Texas Cowboys. They're the Dallas Cowboys.
What's the Houston team?
Houston.
The Houston Texans, as a matter of fact.
I've literally never heard of this team before in my entire life.
I mean, how much football do you watch?
That is a great question.
How are the Cowboys more popular in Texas than the Texans?
We didn't have
the Cowboys have been around forever, and they're the Yankees of the NFL.
Pretty much. We had the Houston Oilers, which were an incredibly popular
I've
team.
heard of them.
Yes, we had the Houston Oilers, and then back in the late 80s, early 90s, they sold the Houston Oilers to the Tennessee, and they became the Tennessee Titans. And then we went 3 or 4 years without an NFL team, and then we got the Houston Texans the same year that the Jaguars were created or something. A couple new teams were brought because they have to do it like as a set of teams. They can't bring just one team in because obviously that throws the off. They have to bring in like 4 teams at a time. So Houston
messed with the conference, yeah. Yeah,
the Houston Texans came in, and everybody in Houston hated the name. Of course, they love it now because whatever, we have a football team. People are just happy to have a football team. But so now we have the Houston Texans. They haven't been around for a fifth as long as the Cowboys have. So the Cowboys have like an entrenched fan base way back from the beginning of the NFL, essentially. And Houston is a relatively new team. So we only have, for the most part, Texans fans in Houston, not across the state of Texas. Although the person who owns the Cowboys is Giant Dick. And so anybody who knows about him and hates him, they become a Houston Texans fan. So it's a weird thing. When you go to a Houston Texans football game, when they're playing the Cowboys in Houston, the fan base is almost like a 60-40 split. Like there's almost as many Cowboys fans in the stadiums as there are Houston Texans.
The thing to know about the Cowboys is they spend an unlimited amount of money to acquire whatever they want. And that's how they
there
win.
Was a salary cap, yeah. Now, obviously no one's going to football games, so it doesn't really matter. But
Look, man, the WWE is doing performances to no audience, but still stopping for audience cheering.
Yeah.
Well, they have an audience. They just have a bunch of goons just sitting by the side behind these plexiglass barriers.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
And they're
I've been enjoying
banging on
watching
the barriers, like yeah.
So we have JJ Watt. Have you heard of JJ Watt? He's one of the NFL's like sweethearts. Like everybody loves him. He's phenomenal, like all-star player, defensive end of the year, like 2 years in a row. He's had several injuries, so he's on the decline right now. But like 3 years ago, he was number one. You know, he wasn't the number one draft pick 3 years ago, but 3 years ago, he's kind of like at the peak of his career. He was easily considered like a generational football player. Like there wasn't a single player on the field doing their position better than JJ Watt was playing his position. He was, for a few years, he was like the Wayne Gretzky of the NFL. And then, you know, that never lasts very long with football players, I guess, unless you're Tom Brady. I don't know. But yeah.
So I was enjoying watching football here without live audience, because the two things I did here was you could pay $10 to your local club and send a picture, and they would put a cardboard cutout of you in the seats in the stand.
We're doing that with baseball here. Yeah.
And the second thing was that for the television coverage, they were editing in crowd sounds. So, and they'd actually have like, you know, so the crowd would be at its regular sound, and then someone would score, and the crowd goes wild sound, and then it would go to the bunker for review because there was some, you know, illegal function as part of the scoring, and it would be reviewed, and it would come back that say that the scoring had been disallowed, and they'd pay like a boo sound as well from the crowd. So somebody in a Foley office is like got these different crowd sounds to play as the game progresses.
I hope if this lasts, they put like an axle down there with like a crank that somebody can turn, like little cams underneath all those, so they all kind of go up and down as you turn the handle. That's what I want to see.
like a foosball table.
Yeah.
You got anything else, Pondo?
No.
All right. Let me write down the skip intro time for our friends at home. All right, so here's the deal. Some of the people on this show are hearing this for the first time as well, so prepare for them to be shocked. Upcoming, we're probably going to have this episode and then one more, and then we're going to go on break for like 6 to 7 weeks. Lishak. So Rad is going to be gone for all of September, and we haven't talked about season 5 yet. We're waiting until the end of the season to talk about whether we're going to do another one. So the final battle of season 4 may also be the series finale battle. So I'd like to make it special. Gleemo is definitely in. I'm trying to work on getting Eric Fulgarison as well. If we do it now, we can't get Eric. And if we also if we do it now, we'll start and then Rad will leave, and then we'll be on a 4-week break or more, and then we'll have to pick it up again after that. So I thought contiguousness. I know YouTube, you don't care as much because you get it afterwards, but for the live Twitch viewers, some measure of contiguous play might be nice. So there's going to be probably like a 6 to 7 week break. I'm looking for things to fill that in there. I'm hoping before Rad leaves, we get one episode of me and Rad and some other folks playing Sea of Thieves. I'm hoping to pull James aside with some other Fangangers and do 1 or 2 episodes of Vampire the Masquerade, but as like a comedy instead of a horror.
You sound like you had a hard time getting that out. You're like, Vampire the Masquerade.
You know, I have not hidden the fact that every sexual assault story I see on the internet, I immediately go, Vampire the Masquerade, and then I open it up on RPG Horror Story, and they're like, so I was LARPing Vampire the Masquerade, and I'm like, yep, that's it. But it's very popular with some people, and I just want to deliver that experience for them. Maybe we'll do some board games with Cotton and Pondo. I don't know. We're still working on it, but just know that there will be a large shelf, a gulf of time. Not an infinite stretch, but it will exist. Oath of Endosteel also won't meet for the next 2 weeks either. So
Really?
You're gonna keep getting slaughtered. Yeah, Erica's doing work at Gen Con this week. And then Sam is doing law school stuff next week. He's getting started with the law.
The law of school.
Yeah. What else do I have to say to fill people in on? The vast majority of my viewership is through the Battletech: A Time of Total Warfare playlist, according to YouTube analytics. Almost 50% of people that watch my channel watch through that, which is really weird that it's so super specific. So thanks, guys. That's where we're at. Oh yeah, and there was no 2020++ this week or next week, and maybe even not the week after that. It's a slaughter fest out here. It's real tough.
Tough time.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it too.
Listen, not more than me and Glimo. I was like, Glimo, we don't have an episode this week, and we were both like, no, tears were coming down our eyes. It was bad.
So Arthur won't acknowledge, but I'd like to acknowledge that Arthur went to the effort this week of going through all these videos on YouTube and adding end screens after I told
Not
him it
all
might
of
be
them.
a way
Not
to,
all
most,
of them. Just
a lot
key
of them.
videos. Key videos. Yeah, James gave me some advice, and then I decided that I was going to suck it up and follow that advice, and I hated every second of it.
It's generally the way the good advice works.
First and last episodes of old series, and then like the last 20 episodes of all of my other shows. To give them end screens and like playlist links and stuff like that. All right. Previously on this show, I tried to shoot Pondo in the back with like 3 mechs, and his jump gave him enough modifiers that I really just didn't get anything out of it. I forgot about heat on one of my mechs, so now it's shut down and in seriously deep shit. There's also a little mini battle unfolding between Koshi and the Dervish that I expect is going to end really one-sidedly, one way or the other. Boom, here we go. You know, we're approaching episode 100. We could very well end season 4 on episode 100. It's a possibility.
Could end the whole show on season 100.
Yeah, series. Yeah. So 100. What can I say? That would make it my longest standing show ever, I think. Longer than Winter's Edge, which I try to forget ever existed. Except I had to go back.
You mentioned all the time.
Listen. It's not as bad as Okeanos, where I was like, who was on that show? I guess it happened. Was Pondo on that show? That doesn't sound right. Lucas? Is that a person who existed?
That was an interesting conversation that we had. Red was like, yeah, no, Okeanos. Yeah. And you're like, what?
Yes.
Okeanos.
Okay, what?
But I don't know what you're talking about. It was the show that you did with Rad, EQ, Lucas.
I was like, yeah, I've played a cleric, and you're like, you've never played a cleric. I'm
yeah,
like,
I remember
I played
that.
one on your show for like a year.
Try to forget it existed.
I don't know why. I don't know.
My
why
memory is
like
shot, Rad. It used to be I could remember everything I've done for the last 3 weeks. And then I started streaming, and it all went downhill. There's too much data up here, and now I can't remember anything.
I don't know why you act like it was a bad show. I had fun.
I don't think...
No, I was not a lizard.
He was not a lizard.
The pictures looked like a lizard.
Someone else was a lizard.
Someone else was a lizard.
I was
He
a
was a
furball.
lizard.
He
was a
didn't
fluffy.
watch it, but I did watch you post the art of it.
Yeah, Rad was a fluffy boy.
You drew Iki more than your own character then.
Yes.
I like drawing lizards. Yeah, it's true.
I just figured the lizard was yours because you drew it the most.
No, lizards are fun to draw. That's why I drew it the most.
That's fair.
You played a Dragonborn yet? That sounds like something that you would.
I have never played a Dragonborn because they don't have tails, and like
They're
70% of what's cool.
They're Dragonborns that have
70%
tails.
of what's cool about lizard folk is their tails.
Why would you say they don't have tails? Plenty
Some
of
do,
lizards
some
have
don't.
tails. Listen,
I don't think that's a recent thing, though.
No. Yeah. Critical Role Season 1, people lost their mind when Tiberius had a tail and other Dragonborn did it, and they were like, oh, it's a stratiation of hierarchical society. Tiberius is of a higher noble class. And people were like, woe to the genetic overlord hegemony of Tiberius Stormwind.
I mean, I didn't watch any of that, so I was not aware.
They fucking lost their mind over Tiberius having a tail.
No, lizard folks they're cooler, man. They're a cooler race.
They don't give a fuck.
They have cooler abilities, like way cooler abilities. And I don't know,
being able to vomit lightning at people is pretty fucking cool.
I mean, it is, but
it would be better
being
if
able to vomit people is pretty cool.
I don't like playing nobility, and I feel like there's a lot of that inherent in the Dragonborn, and that's probably just my perception, but that's kind of why that race doesn't really appeal to me.
Realistically, you'd be correct. No one ever plays what the actual lore says, though.
I know, but
like how tieflings are all supposed to be tragic figures who are being stomped on by the heel of society, and every single tiefling is a incredibly gay, rakish rogue trickster.
Happy-go-lucky, just...
I don't know if I've ever seen a person with a tiefling character who hasn't put their boots on top of something while sitting down.
Always whining about their first world problems. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Battletech. I guess we need a roll for initiative.
I don't want to, but I will.
Okay, I mean, you could just choose to lose initiative.
What the fuck?
You lost your command, didn't you, as well, Arthur?
I know.
So I think you're on the...
Yeah, don't listen. Don't worry. You see this? This is a 5, all right?
I just want to have everybody appreciate how this dice got stuck.
That's fine. The face is reading as a 3.
Yes, right. But still,
doesn't matter.
I just have
you
to
still
look
win.
At it.
Yeah.
Where's your physics engine now?
Look, one episode I want to play in VR. Just be like, rah! Pick the dice up and shake them with the controllers. It basically be like
people
Godzilla.
on YouTube are vomiting, trying to watch it.
Look, if it's me, the headset's always going to be like this. So they're going to be like, why is everything tilted at like 15 degrees? All right, I have 3 mechs. I'm going to choose to do the shutdown one first. Get fucked.
Wow.
Incredible, I know.
I'm happy to go if people want to.
Sure.
Okay. I'll step back one.
Oh my god, I got him to move. That's it. That's all I needed to win, guys.
Is it really just these 3 mechs that are left?
Yes.
Yeah, one shut down, one's right there, one to shoot me, and the other one is...
I've already killed 7. What are you worried about?
The other one challenged the dervish to a 1v1.
Really hope you guys have been keeping track of your experience. I have not been.
Well, we all share the mech experience is what we've been doing.
Sure, let's do that.
I got a crap ton of kills, so... Well,
it is my turn. I'm just thinking.
But I don't remember how many we need to move at the moment.
Listen, this is like some Chinese drama where a peasant who is hopelessly outskilled makes the master move just one step and goes, yeah, I have won, right before he gets absolutely demolished.
Wrecked.
I want to know if these teenagers have had a change of heart at all in any way.
Listen, I don't think you understand.
These aren't teenagers. These are the older group.
No, this is the younger group. These are the teenagers, but you might have noticed.
We murdered the teenagers.
No, you murdered the older group. This is the teenagers.
No, these are the better ones.
Yes, the teenagers are the better warriors.
The teenagers came in second.
Second, yes.
I swear they came in first.
Nope. That was the old people first.
I swear we faced some Chads in the beginning, but I guess I'm wrong.
Yes, you did face some Chads. They were like, hey, what's up, bro? Get fucked.
We fought the college kids first. Now we're fighting the high school seniors.
Gotcha.
Your move. Yugimoto.
God, I wish I could just pick up this mech in front of me and slam him on top of the other one.
I think we have to move 2 now.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know how the rules for this game work.
Pondo, do you want to go last, or are you ready to get out of there,
man?
What are you thinking?
How does the Puma A doing? He doesn't have any heat problems. That's not great. Okay.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Like, whichever one of us is going to stay and try and finish off this adder, the Puma is going to attempt to get behind, I feel like.
I can jump in a position where I can finish off the Puma at the very least.
That'll work.
I believe I can shoot him from there. I should be able to. That's the reason why I wouldn't be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'd like to go last because if this Puma it does not directly threaten me, I'm just going to stand still.
Doesn't he have 3 woods covering him? 4 woods?
The woods he's in doesn't count if I recall correctly.
It counts for the it doesn't count for line of sight. It counts for penalties though. So you still count the +2, but it doesn't count as a woods to
It should be
not be able to see him
+3.
at all.
What about this other woods that's right here? Right, because you're cutting through all of these.
Am I?
Yeah.
You gotta be going
Base to
through the
base.
front
Tip to tail, as the lizard folk would say.
here. That's fine.
Snout to trout.
I'm just gonna not move.
Oh, really? That's your move? Not moving? You think that's a move that you can just make?
No?
I mean, the shutdown mech did it.
His move is flicking with the device to try to make it work.
He's going to chase you, bro.
I imagine he's screaming like a baby as he's trying to get his mech moving again as it's shut down.
Hey. Cut that shit up.
There it is.
Stupid ass dogs.
Okay, I'm done.
Rad, what do you want to do?
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Well, that dude pieced out, so I'm just going to move by not moving. I'm going to teach this adder a lesson.
You're gonna pummel the Puma?
How dare they shut down
You
in
want
my
to help out
presence.
Cotton, who's having a Puma adder threatening her right now?
No, I think she's fine.
Okay. She doesn't have that much armor, just gonna let you know.
Can he even shoot her from there?
Yes.
How?
Because she's one above that 3x.
Yeah, she has partial cover.
Yeah.
Her mech is super drunk for some reason.
All right, so do you think you're going to be able to finish this dude by yourself? The
Me?
prime?
Or Pondo?
Like Pondo, do you think
At
you can
worst.
finish off the prime?
3, 4.
So I'm gonna drop 2 missile packs on the prime as well.
Okay, then I'll chase this dude. That's fine.
Wow.
Okay.
You think you can just ignore our duel? This is the greatest insult
Actually-
of my entire life.
Let me see. I might be able to activate my supercharger and charge this dude for a ton of damage.
Oh, don't we have a tag out? Out?
It's 5.
There's one on the hill over here that the
Yes,
this
there
guy
is a
ran past,
tag out.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
no. You go ahead. Brad, go over there.
1. Does it cost 3 to move into heavy woods?
So that's the artillery. The artillery is
It's
not going to
3 to-
hit, right? Like there's your chance, but
yeah.
you do have a tag out, which we do at the end of the movement phase.
Yeah, I declared charge on this fool.
Okay.
I moved 1,
Sorry.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, the
total
heavy
X's.
move does take 2 to move through.
Oh, I counted it as 3, so I have more than
It's
enough
3.
move to do this.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
plus
right.
2
Yeah,
movement
yeah,
points.
sorry.
it's fine.
Plus
I'm
2.
still capable. I moved a total of 6 hexes. So now I have to remember what the charge rule was. Is it 5 times 6? 6 times 6. Nah, maybe I won't do that. I'll just jump. I'll just jump over here. Fuck all that. I don't want to make myself take more damage for no reason.
You're sure?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I need to do.
Okay.
I don't want to deal with it.
I'm going to start with the Puma firing 2 LRMs and 2 small pulse lasers at Cotton.
So, were you doing?
We're doing tag. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's declaring their tag shots?
Can I tag the person in front of me?
Yes. I assume you mean Rad. You want to light Rad up, right?
Is that no?
He is a person in front of you. He qualifies.
He's also in the explosion radius of the arrow 4, though.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, never mind.
You can take it.
He'll be fine.
In front of him.
The explosion hits him in the head.
I'm on the comms. I can take it.
And I tag like here so it doesn't hit him?
Yes. Wait. No, it'll still hit him, right?
You can tag the hill in front, like there. That won't hit Rad.
Long Tom has 3 hexes.
Oh, that's what it is.
It has an extra hex.
That's where I was pointing at.
Sorry. Sorry. I thought.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I'm
I
saying.
made the mistake because I forgot about the extra hex that the Long Tom had.
So it's how much damage?
10, I believe, for
20?
the second. That's 20 in the one spot, and then it's 10 for the
Okay,
next.
yeah. So 0 for Rad. All right, sure. Targeting the hex is a -4.
It is?
Yeah, it's a mobile.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Makes it easy.
Yes.
It's 4 points easy to hit.
Yep.
I'm not sure what I roll if I'm targeting a hex.
Pretty much anything but a double 1 and you hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you didn't move.
Yeah, unless you're a really bad gunner.
I got an 8.
Double 4s is like double 1s. We're playing wilds tonight, so. Yep, that'll hit. So let's just use the.
It takes 5 damage.
To the center torso. Sorry, doesn't he take 10 damage?
No, it goes 15 and 5 with an arrow 4.
I thought it was 20 and 10.
I thought it was 20 and 10. All right.
I might be 20 and 10. Sorry, let me check that. I know that with the long time. Sorry, long time was 25, 15, 5. So it might be 20 and 10 with an arrow. Sorry, yeah.
Then our torso front. Gonna leave me with 3. Oops. Did that really not work? Here we go. All right, so as you're jumping forward, Heavy 7th, there's a massive snow explosion in front of you, and the enemy mech is completely covered in snow for like half a second before the horrifying amount of heat it builds from firing all its weapons briefly dissipates the drift of snow upon it. And then it fires all its weapons at Cotton.
I'm interrupting with combat intuition to do my attacks and resolution first.
Sure, do whatever you want.
All right, so SRMs and medium lasers onto the Koshi and the LRM-10s onto the shutdown Puma. So I'll do the Puma first, his secondary target. So base of 2, +1 for moving is 3, +1 for secondary target is 4, plus range minus, I think it's just 4 to hit. So first one hits with cluster table of 4 is 4 missiles, 4 damage to the, what's the arc there? Looks like front arc still, yep. So left leg takes 4.
Okay.
And then, wow, I missed on a 4+, there you go. All right, then on to the other shots on the Koshi. So hitting on 6s.
Sure,
So
sure,
first
sure.
medium laser. Well, I cannot roll today. Second one is a hit. So 5 damage. Left arm.
That's internal.
That's internal. Critical roll of 9 because I get +1. Takes 1 critical.
Critical dice, critical dice. 1-3 is lower arm actuator.
Okay. First SRM pack is a hit. So both SRMs hit. So first one is 2 damage to the right leg.
Okay.
And then 2 damage to the left arm again.
Left leg.
Oh, left leg, sorry. Left leg.
That's internal.
Crit once.
Yep.
Which will actually matter.
Lower leg actuator.
Okay, and then the second SRM pack, sorry, is a miss. What I still got left? I've got 1 plot point left. So what plot point you can re-roll? Is it the whole roll or 1 dice?
1 die, I thought. No, I think it's the whole roll.
Oh, okay.
I don't
re-roll the whole roll.
It's an excellent question.
Reroll any 1 dice, either yours or the opponent's.
Okay, well, so I had a 3 and a 1, so I'll re-roll the. So I'll just roll 1 dice. That will be the. What was the 1? Still a 1, so it's still a miss.
Okay.
All right, so he has to make a piloting test now at +1.
That's a failure.
All right, he falls over.
And you take a point of damage yourself, right?
I do, yes, that's right.
Yes.
So I got to make a consciousness check now.
I think you don't make a consciousness check. I think it specifically says no consciousness roll is necessary.
In any case, I'm good. But I now lose that ability.
Well, you don't want to lose a different one, so that way you keep chancing with that one?
I'd rather keep the other ones I've got.
So you can keep 3 now instead of just 2?
Yeah, so I've got 3 now.
That's interesting.
Okay. $25 so he's going to take 3 points of damage to his right side. Right torso.
Oh, he's actually prone for this now, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Did that happen before he
gets to shoot? So you got to work out which way he's facing to see if he's actually able to shoot from prone.
That's actually brutal.
Who's getting knocked down?
Are you sure that happens first? A player must
well, because all my damage is resolved before he gets to take his action. That includes falling down, that sort of stuff. It's like,
is that
like
a second ability?
No, it's for combat intuition.
I'm not reading that here. SPA declare the pilot is using it. No consciousness roll. The damage to the warrior. Preempt the actions of any other single unit on that turn and perform all of its maneuvers in combat before the effects inflicted take place immediately. All right. Okay, so it's fallen down and it's facing a not great direction, so that only its left arm can fire at you.
So which way is it facing now?
2 turns right, so it's facing the correct direction now.
Oh, the model's facing the correct direction.
Yes.
So no, left arm would even be along this hex line here, like that.
Very well. It's a rough one. Are you sure we did this right? I think it says that you have to use it the turn. You would have had to have used it last turn, and it would go into effect this turn.
Does it say that? I mean, I would plan to use it like from when we
I
set
understand.
up today. That's why I moved
But
back
just
one,
for future reference, I think it says in the following turn. Yeah.
Right.
And accurately predict an opponent's actions by focusing on them. Yeah, so you damage yourself immediately, and then the next turn, it goes into effect. All right. But you were planning to do this anyway, so.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I can't use the Koshi, so I'm still going to fire with that Puma I originally intended to use, before we tagged it, and then then blew up the Koshi. So 3, 4, 5 for moving, 6 for partial cover. I think that covers it. So the pulse lasers are going to be hitting at still 6 and 6. So let's do pulse 1. No. Yes. Left arm for 1 small pulse laser's worth of damage.
3 for some reason for clan.
Yes, 3. Huge damage on Cotton right now. Absolute threat.
Actually, it is. That's like half of my armor.
Oh, give me a break. You haven't turned. It's an arm. Well, those missiles are going nowhere. It's double 1s. Hey, I follow that up with double 6s.
With a clue.
Oh, wow. With a cluster roll of 2. Incredible. So apparently all of the missiles just fall out of the mech and hit the ground immediately in front of them.
So first 5 hits the left arm.
Got it. I got that left arm. That's exactly what I was aiming for.
Crits once.
Perfect. This is my final revenge. 3, 6 on the left arm is nothing. I'm just gonna take the oh no, wait, it is. It's the LRM5.
LRM5.
Yeah, I was looking at 6-3. Got him.
So you have one more roll to do.
Maybe I'll hit the left arm again.
No,
It is
you
in
hit
fact the left leg,
which
so
hits
nothing
the
happens.
cliff.
5 missiles and 1 laser streak over the top of the hill and damage your left arm for no effect, really.
I can't cross off the LRM sheet.
You have to lock the sheet to the table,
Oh, okay.
and then you can manipulate it. All right, who's next?
Oh, jeez, it's so big. Can I go?
Mm-hmm.
I think I only have force to shoot him since he's in close range. I don't know if he gets the bonus from this cliff or not.
No, but he does get his run bonus for
Yeah,
1.
it's the 1.
Yes.
I started at 3, plus 1 is 4. And I will also fire everything at him.
Yes, yeah.
I can fire my flamethrower!
Hooray.
It's gonna be like...
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you sure can.
It's 8 to hit him because it's plus 4 for long range. Gosh, I can shoot my flamethrower. I haven't been able to do that at all.
I don't
Even when we did
understand why
that
you're
test
so
run.
excited.
Is this really first time ever?
Yeah!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with my 2 ER medium lasers though. So here's the first one, which hits location 8. Which way is he facing? Is that front?
Yeah.
His front. It's the left torso.
For how much?
Well, it's a medium pulse.
It's a medium laser.
7 for clan.
Eternal.
Does not crit.
Like that. That looks wrong.
Can I shoot my second laser or is something wrong?
No, it's good. I just drew really weirdly.
That one also hits. Location
Right
3.
arm. Take 7. If he goes internal, it crits twice.
Nope.
Okay.
And then for my LRM 5s, which are also at force. Oh, that one misses.
A lot of easy shots being missed tonight. It's not
But
like
I'm lucky, so I want to re-roll it. But I don't
Okay.
know if I get to re-roll 1 dice or 2 for lucky.
I think it's both. Have you used any of your points of it yet?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Just know you can't re-roll it after this. So no, when you
I
use.
can't get worse than double ones.
I have no response to that. It's technically true.
Now it hits.
Hits
Location
the
11.
left arm. For whatever a cluster roll 5 for a 5 is. 3 hit the left arm.
Okay.
And my second LRM 5 misses.
You want to lucky again?
You know, I'm tempted to. No, because I want to save it in case I miss with my flamethrower.
Wow.
Flamethrower's going to hit the head.
Okay, here's my flamethrower. I need an 8 to hit.
Are you firing it in flame or damage mode?
Doing damage. He's not really a heat-heavy mech.
Correct.
Yeah, but I missed, so I'm gonna have to lucky that. Which might miss
You could
again.
do worse than that, though.
I could do worse than that, but it's gonna miss either way if I do worse than that.
Yeah, that's true. It's a binary function of do you hit or miss.
Oh, I barely missed. That's a bummer.
Rough.
It looks cool when it happens, though.
The spray of
Yeah.
your fusion engine goes right past its head, and he's just like, oh, okay. That was rough.
I'll go next.
You sure?
He's like, I lived, and then the rear
Yep.
side of his mech evaporates.
Yep. I'm going to shoot the prime. That's the only one I can see at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm shooting everything. 'Cause why not?
Yeah, I understand. You just want to beat up a unarmed, helpless mech.
I had them all gang up on me, so yeah. All right, so 2
What a bully.
larges and 3 mediums and 1 streak 4. Start at 3, jump for 4. 3 or 4 pieces of light woods, so it'll be 8. Or not, well, 4 pieces of woods. It'll be 8, and then lastly,
minus four
for being shut down.
Yeah.
So 4 short, then 5 medium range. So I think I'm at 6 hexes. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Incredible. What's
Yep,
it going to
so-
be like for you to miss a shutdown mech? Can I
jumped
convince
around, so-
Bandito to...
I did. I missed a shutdown mech.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but you were shooting at maximum range.
He also just walked, and I jumped in comparison.
Uh-huh.
So I have a little more excuse, I think.
You're going to commit seppuku? Can we get Bandito taking his cowboy hat off, shedding a single tear?
It's not any more of an excuse when you have jumping jack.
Yeah. Everything's setting on 5s.
Okay.
Because everything's in medium range.
Yeah.
But not long range. So, large 1. Hit. Left leg for 8. Crits once if it's internal. I don't think it's internal.
Nope.
Okay. Large 2. Still hits. Hits the right arm for 8. Doesn't crit if it's internal.
Arm's blown off.
I was thinking this is the moment that I should mention that Winner's Edge is a show that happened on my channel.
Medium 1. Medium 5. Hits.
Twice.
It's
Right
true.
arm.
It did happen twice.
Right arm again for 8, but it goes to center torso, the right torso for 5.
It's not internal.
No, I got to work for that now. Medium 2 hits. Left torso for 5.
Not internal. Sorry,
Oh,
Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Wrong one. Yeah.
Medium 3. Will hit barely. Hits the left arm for 5. Crits twice if it's internal.
It is.
Maybe I can just gimp this thing essentially.
Well, you've already blown off one ARPP, so you're about to blow off the second one.
Yeah. Or at least damage it.
All right. Sorry, I was going to go get a thing. What do you got for me?
5 damage left arm.
Crits twice if it's internal, which I think it is.
I probably didn't need both dice. One is nothing. I mean, there's almost no chance you don't get the CRPPC. You do, first shot.
Well, I think you can still use it. Just damage, can't you?
No.
You just take the penalty? Okay.
I just taking one hit, it's inoperable. It just comes down how easy it is to repair later on.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
So, whether it's repairable, period. Okay. Got him in the shoulder.
There we go. Yeah. He's got a flamer left.
Yeah, that's terrifying part. I'm gonna use that to kill me. Alright,
at least his heat problems are over now.
Yeah.
Wow. We haven't even talked about the mech falling over yet.
Streak 4 hits. All 4 will hit. First 2 hits the left leg for 2.
Okay.
First one hits left leg.
Not internal.
Anyway. Second one. Hits the right arm for 2.
So right torso still in the armor.
Third one. Right torso again for 2.
So good.
Last one. We'll hit the left torso for 2.
Okay.
Kind of just crippled it. That's all I got.
Three.
I have major heat problems actually.
4 damage. Right side.
11 heat.
Leg, no critical.
That's good. Right
So
leg.
it falls down and hurts itself in the process. You did not get an arrow into its knee.
You're going to make a piloting test for the pilot to avoid injury. You got to remember the modifier for being shut down. I think it's +4.
No. Oh, I should probably make one for the Koshi too. Nope, they're both damaged. Okay, and okay. They're both still awake.
You put the mark on the wrong Puma.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds correct.
Yeah, because the first one also had a head hit previously, so he's even dizzier.
Having a lot of trouble drawing tonight.
Were your Winter's Edge players nicer to you, Arthur, than we've been?
Honestly,
that's a loaded question.
I don't remember. I barely listen. I can answer. Were the play-by posters nicer to me? And the answer to that is no.
Definitely. Oh,
absolutely not. They went out of their way to cause problems for everyone on the show.
I would never.
They were like, let's have sex on a table and then put it in an open chat so that everyone has to watch us have sex. Let's intentionally screw over the players.
That was one of your cast members, actually.
With a member of the play-by post.
But this wasn't a Vampire the Masquerade game, right?
Correct. Correct. And
spiritually, it was.
Wow. You're gonna do me like that, Raddosaurus?
I liked Winter's Edge. I don't know what you're talking about.
I hated it.
Yeah, I think you're pretty alone in that one.
It was so good. that team, what do I call them? Sociopaths wanted to come back even after I told them no 15 times.
Yeah, I mean, something has to be pretty good when you're literally
stalked for an entire
ostracized, excommunicated, and they're like, "Let us back in."
Oh my god, I hate it. You're right, though. That is it. Bizarrely, that is exactly what happened. I can't die. Take your turn, Rad. You're the only one left.
All right, I'm gonna shoot a ER large laser,
I bet you
a
are.
medium X pulse, and 2 ER small lasers. Everything at 5s except for the X pulse is at 3.
Oh, you don't have 30 small lasers?
Negative. All right.
Tempted to do that with the mech I have.
Large comes first and will miss. Or would it have hit?
Are missing
Rear.
easy shots all night.
Would have hit the left torso.
The random dice gods are not kind today.
Oh well, that's fine.
They're trying to keep me alive for one more round so I can struggle. Flop around like a
Now I'll
semi-dying
shoot the
fish.
X-Pulse.
Yeah, the X-Pulse is definitely what's going to give it to me.
Up in here.
Up in there, actually.
Rear center torso for 6.
Yeah. Thank you, Pondo.
Crits
That's
once.
exactly it. No, it doesn't go through. That's exactly its
Oh,
armor.
no. That's a shame.
Okay, ER, and of course I'll be punching when the time comes, but ER small will straight up hit in
We'll hit
the
the
left arm for
5.
3, I believe.
Oh, no, for 3. That's right.
That's
you don't
fine.
have clan ER smalls yet.
And the other small will also hit in
The right arm.
right arm for 3.
Okay.
And that will conclude my laser phase.
What's that? Taser face? I don't think that's a real.
Laser face.
Someone messaged me and asked if I had unresolved trauma relating to Winter's. Could I signal it any harder for you, audience? You good?
It's a good look. It's a good watch. If you're just a viewer, you're not going to get into any of that. It's a good watch.
Well, the play-by-post doesn't exist anymore, so
Exactly.
you're
That's
correct.
what I'm saying. You'll hear Arthur talk about it on the show, but it won't be a toxic cesspool that you
You
have to
can
get
read the
involved
story in his eyes.
in. Yeah, exactly. You can watch him slowly die over 90 episodes or whatever it is.
I don't think
All
that's
right.
right. I think it was only about 50 episodes.
Are you ready for me to punch?
You're charging though, right? You're charging and then punching.
I decided not to charge.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said you were doing the charge rules. All right.
No, remember I just jumped. If I had
Oh,
charged,
that's right.
I
You
would
did
not.
jump.
I would not have been able to fire all my weapons if I had charged.
Sure.
Which is why I chose not to charge.
Sure.
I don't think you had a decent distance either way. So
I could have made 6 hexes, which would have been pretty good, but this is fine too. It's better to just punch 3 times.
Listen, audience at home. For the final battle of the season, I need you to design a mech to perfectly counter Rad's 100-tonner.
Look, it's just a fast mech with a bunch of LRMs. That's it. On a big map. The end. You win.
It's gonna
Or
be
a,
it's gonna be a
Hollander.
Daishi with mask, triple strength mimer, supercharger. Just gonna get all of the things, even the ones that don't work together. Gonna have them there in case one of the system fails.
You just get a stalker with like a supercharger on it, and you just have it run away and shoot LRMs till the cows come home. That's all you have to do.
2 Ultra AC-20s.
Yeah. No, you don't
Get
want to do
4. We'll do a brace of AC-20s.
just use a Devastator. That's like its bane.
that. Look, all I have to do is have Billy move the AC-10s into the shoulders.
5 Gauss rifles. That is an interesting.
And then the crab can shoot both of its Ultra 10s and punch 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Or do it in a high gravity world, or a vacuum where you can't dissipate heat.
There you go. Then I'll just punch only. I won't even shoot any guns. First punch, assuming we're doing this for 5.
We could do something else if you want to. I got time.
Nah, I'm good with this.
All right.
I'm gonna punch him in the punch table, which I always forget about.
D6.
It's a D6.
D6.
Okay, it's gonna hit, and it's gonna punch him in the
That's a head, yeah.
head.
How much damage?
12
Well,
damage.
No, he's dead.
Enough
dead.
He's
to
dead.
knock off the head.
I still had that cockpit with that other guy in it, and I just like a bludgeon
Oh, that's right,
rock
again.
selected from the ground. I just overhand bonk that cockpit into this cockpit.
You see the
smashing
guy
both pilots.
who came up with a thing you can punch people with, the M-Pods?
I skimmed that, and you better believe I'll be researching it as well. I only want to use it if it also blows my arm off. Like, I feel like that would be the
That's
the
what I
fair
figured would be
application.
what happens. You use it, you punch with it, and then the arm's gone.
I need it
So
to
what
be, I need
what
it
I
to
think
be
is funny
loaded in
here
the
is-
elbow on like a railroad track, so that when I'm ready to use it, it just like tracks up into the palm, and then he punches it and sacrifices that arm doing that damage. Get on it.
So this is the first chance that these clan people have had to experience combat against Unisphere, and so far we have shot multiple targets, attacked in the rear, attacked a shutdown mech, and used melee attacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've covered it all. And you did not
and artillery.
bachal.
Yeah.
You refused the sacred bachaling arts. Yeah, it's rough. Hard out here for a Novicat Crusader. Your whole clan hates you.
That's right. Offer them to become bondsmen. See what they say.
Yeah.
I think we have.
So the shutdown adder restarts, and then the pilot sets it to explode and ejects.
Okay. We have a long time drop around shopping.
So there's only one combatant left. Do you want to offer to make the Mislinks a bondsman?
Sure, I'll talk to him.
Are you... Listen, Pondo, you have a reputation.
Yeah.
I feel like McGurk is in like a Wolverine-esque berserker rage right now. I don't think he's in any position to have a conversation with anybody.
I mean, I'm right there. So I'm happy to send a message to him saying that that your friends are all dead or abandoned. We'll accept a surrender if you want to give it.
He sends a message back. You know the meme of a guy wearing a mask, but he's crying under the mask?
Mm-hmm.
This person is holding back a flood of salty tears coming down their face. That their own, like their blood coming out of their mouth for where they've just injured themselves. And the pilot says, I would accept the sacred right of Hajira if you were to offer it.
What does Hajira mean?
You Surats don't know what Hajira means?
Well, I'm
no, all we know is how to kill clanners. Explain it to me.
Bandito probably does.
I think I sent you a primer of what clan words means ago. 2 seasons ago.
That was a while ago.
I never got one of those.
That's because Bandito specifically went out of his way to get it, and then he never gave it to anybody else.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No one else cared. They just wanted to kill them.
Correct.
It's probably not for the lack of trying. It's that just no one cared. It's like, eh.
I would have cared. I don't know.
So it's to withdraw from the field, like he wants to walk off the field in that mecha, basically.
Yes, but it would also allow him to leave with his dropships and all of his people.
Oh, no.
Like, you get all the mechs that are left there. Anything you can't pick up and take with him stays.
But are we planning to go and attack his dropship though?
Not that far away.
What's our mission here?
Oh, that was to kill everybody. For once.
Was it to execute these guys, or was it to chase them off the planet?
Get them off here, because they're not part of the clan we're trying to wipe
Correct.
out.
They're part of the Novicat clan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ideally, though, we'd kill them all here, rather than have them jump off somewhere else and cause problems somewhere else.
Your technical job here was to test your new style of combined arms company fighting.
Okay.
Limited mech deployment, high support capability.
In that case, I say just let them go. But didn't they only have like a couple of leopard dropships, or did they have like the?
They have broadswords, which are the clan version of leopard.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's a 5 mech leopard basically.
So they only have like one mech, which is in him left.
Correct.
I get on the comms and I'm just like, kill you today, kill you tomorrow. Who gives a fuck? Run away.
You got to run fast because he'll catch up to you eventually.
So Hajira has been accepted.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it's been offered. I believe the victor has to offer Hajira to the defeated.
That's correct, because what he said was, I would accept Hajira if it was offered.
Yeah.
I'll offer you Hajira.
All right. So he slowly stands his mech up and begins moving it over to the house where all of his people are like screaming. And they go in a single file line, carrying whatever belongings they can with them: blankets, towels, clothes, as they move towards their dropship. They're all going to fit on one dropship because everybody else is dead.
Make sure they know So send a message to say, make sure that they record that it was the Crow's Black that defeated them and then granted them free passage.
The warrior says, Selah, Crow's Black clan will be remembered by the Nova Cats. Do not worry, we will return one day.
So they're only taking one broadsword with them?
I mean, they're leaving with both broadswords, but one of them is not going to be filled with the mech or people in it. It's just going to be empty.
Oh, okay. You made it sound like they're only taking one with them.
No, they're taking both of them.
Okay.
So does our artillery round come down and kill that dude that ejected?
It's a great question. You tell me.
No, I didn't actually say. I joked about that. That wasn't serious.
All right, well then that
I
pilot
just
leaves
love that
as
that
well.
guy's like, fuck you, and they're coming to pick him up, and then we cut to like, the Russians, and they're just like fucking around drinking drinks, and they have like a monitor behind them that just shows like an impact.
I'm sure he said send it.
Yeah.
It's a text
Didn't he say
message that
repeat?
says
I swore he
cancel
said
fire
repeat.
mission request.
Yeah. Yeah, like YN, and it's just he just didn't answer it, so the round just.
Let's talk about experience points.
Oh God.
What do you?
Who knows?
What are you godding for?
I just don't ever keep track. I don't even know what happened last the first round of mechs we fought.
So you're getting.
I know I killed a shitload of people.
10 experience points in
I
terms
think
of
I had
mechs killed.
I think I had a total of like 3 head hits in this combo of fights.
That's divided though, is it?
Yeah,
That's
it's going to be
expected.
divided. So everybody's going to get 3.
Guess the
Did anyone have 2 leftover plot points or more?
I don't think so.
I did.
Okay, well then you get an extra experience point. Everybody gets another 1 for surviving the mission.
I think you used one, didn't you?
I used 1, but I have 3.
Oh, okay.
You roll
upgrade
something like that. Enemy target left the battlefield is 1, and objective secured is 1. So everybody's looking at 6 except Rad, who has 7. You have your technical teams, so you have 3 post-battle experience points to spend on 1 on healing and 2 on mech repair.
Oh,
I don't think any of us needs healing at the moment.
I took a hit from my.
Yeah.
expected
Oh, that's right.
ability.
You have the healing.
Yeah. Do we need to spend on reloading as well or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Rearming a unit is 1. I mean, you can just go ammo light into the next mission. Honestly, you know what? I'll tell you what. You don't need to spend ammo to reload because the next mission is in like a year.
Do we need to spend
An actual
XP to heal
in-character
then?
year. I would love the idea that we get to the battle and you're dropping on Huntress ability. It's like, I forgot to reload, guys.
Oh man, guys!
Well,
What
in
y'all
that
been
case,
doing
do
this
we
whole
need to-
time down there? in
I
the
can't
med
believe
bay?
I forgot to reload after a whole year.
Do we need to spend XP to repair?
Yeah, I feel like it's still reasonable to repair, though, right? Because, hey, it's the Battletech universe. Leaving a non-repaired mech for a shit ton of time is totally reasonable.
Well, I didn't take any damage, so I didn't need to. No points for my mech to be repaired.
Oh, I did.
Listen, we've all played the HPS Battletech game where you have to use a shitty mech at the last minute to go into a mission. It's pre-damaged.
What's it cost to repair? 2?
What's your mech size?
Medium.
Medium,
2.
I think it's yeah.
Boop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Cool.
All
So
right.
when you said sorry, the 3 XP for battle, so the logistics
from-
and resources. Sorry?
Yeah, so 1's from your technical staff for medical, and 2 is for the people that you have working on mech repair.
So that's for the whole group though.
For
or
the whole
everyone
group,
has 3
yeah.
to-
So someone has to spend that. So you have 1 for healing your pilot. So you're just good. You don't have to spend any XP yourself.
Okay.
Say spend 1 point on the repair on Cotton's mech, and then I'll spend the other. Brad, did your mech get hit at all?
I did, but I just spent my own XP to repair it.
Oh, okay. No. Spend the other on mine, and I'll put 1 into that to heal mine. I got a mark medals, even though I don't know if they'll really matter at this point. Because I killed like 5 light mechs.
Mark it down.
Actually, probably more. I also got a lot of critical hits as well.
Write them down. Listen, you can just go back and rewatch all the episodes of this arc. No? You don't? I still can't believe you went back and rewatched the entire show.
I rewatched the entire first
Painful for me.
season to figure out what the kill counts were. Okay, so I actually get the bronze.
So you all are left with plenty of smoldering clan salvage, which is then melted down into scrap to use to repair your clan mechs. And yeah, like you're in control of this hellacious planetoid of death, not devoid of all life, having completed your mission. Your next orders are to return from the periphery to the inner sphere and rendezvous as soon as possible on the planet Richmond, which is a little unusual since, according to the last intelligence you had, Richmond was like one of the last assault points of Operation Bulldog. So you could be walking right into an active invasion.
I have the bronze for light mechs destroyed and the bronze for headshots, actually.
I kind of stopped keeping track, to be honest.
We've all been demoralized by destiny now, right?
Pretty much.
I've been keeping track for my whole one battle.
Yeah. Good. Excellent. I appreciate that.
100% accuracy.
You know what they say, you hit every shot you don't take.
They do say that.
What do you guys want to do?
Okay, what's up? What's happening? We just we're in transit. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, if the answer that's yes, if you want it to be. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to taunt the clan forces as they left, or talk to anyone before you rejoin your unit on Richmond.
Well, it was all clan settlers, wasn't it?
Yes, Clan Novacat Crusaders who diverted before when they heard that the Novacats were basically like, oh, we're part of the Star League now. We're wardens. We're super cool.
I don't think there's anything I really want to do.
There's nothing I can think of other than.
All right, Butch. So you get to see. It's almost certainly, if this was a live-action series, it would be Easter eggs for the next season that the writers are planning.
Okay.
Like all of his diagrams for like upcoming mechs. Probably there's something like heavy assault Gauss rifles, like things that don't exist yet. He's theorizing that they will exist soon, and that maybe you might want to try them. Just like double XL engines.
Yeah, I definitely go and check on my boy, see how he's doing, because I know he's kind of in the process of putting himself back together.
Putting himself, that's...
he was shook, Arthur. He was straight up like changing his life direction before I talked to him.
It was only because his girlfriend dumped him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He got his heart broke.
He's getting back on track.
It's really rough to be... Listen, I know you guys think it's rough to be an aerospace character, but it's rough being a male NPC on this show. It kind of feels like you get popular male NPCs get used. It's tough.
You put them in those
situations.
It's so difficult being a handsome male NPC on this show.
Yeah, I don't know. Transit isn't a super fun time for Butch.
Rotary Gauss rifle.
No, I want to talk to him about M-Pods.
All right, so yeah, he knows what M-Pods are, but they're clan technology.
Okay.
And
I mean, I don't talk to him about it because I don't know what they are, but I'm explaining to him what I want to happen, right?
Yeah, so
I'm like, can you take
the History Channel Aliens
12 SRMs and just tape them together, and I'll just hold them in a hand?
He's just like, have you ever heard of mech pods?
No.
All right.
Tell me
well,
more.
if you find a big stockpile of extremely rare munitions, we should capture
exist
them.
until 3064, I think.
Yes.
They're in a sphere. They were made for Solaris fighters originally.
Oh, well then, yeah, they're not going to exist for a while. So, no, it's an Easter egg for him. He's just
Billy's
like
the one that invents it.
Billy's just like, what if we just made a ball filled with explosives that you slam into another mech?
Yes.
And it explodes.
Yes.
It's effectively you take the ammo bin from an LBX autocannon and throw that.
I was thinking.
He's just
about
like,
that.
how does this not
like
existed already?
Mech-sized grenades, Billy. This is
Perfect.
what I need.
Yeah, Billy is. You know what? I know some people back on Solaris. As soon as we're in the inner sphere and we're allowed to use Comstar again,
I want to be able to hold one in my hand, punch into the chest of another mech, release it and the spoon, and then pull my hand out and have it explode on the internals of the mech.
All right, so we're gonna need to include a spoon. All right, understood.
Correct.
I know that you're talking about grenades. I would fucking love the idea of Billy inventing the mech spoon. It's like a spork, so it can still be used in combat.
Yeah.
So I guess for the audience, they know what MPOD is. So it's a 1 ton, 1 critical slot, 1 use weapon that has a range of 3 and does 15 damage in 1 space away, 10 2 spaces away, or 5 spaces 3 spaces away.
Right, so for my cast here,
So it really is like a grenade, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going to need the tabletop for any further things tonight, so if you need to shut that down and let your computer go faster or something. Someone immediately disappeared. It was Rad. As soon as I said it. If there's nothing else, you travel to Richmond and you arrive in late August. When you jump into the system, your dropships are nowhere to be found. It seems like maybe their signals are coming from the planet, but there's what is essentially the largest fleet you've ever heard of gathering here. Dozens of jump ships escorted by a half dozen warships. From the planet, you're getting reports from like 24 mech regiments. It looks like Richmond's been turned into some sort of super armed camp. When you enter the system, you are immediately interdicted by Comstar, who indicate that the Operation Bulldog comm silence is in effect, and that you are to report to the planet immediately as a unit. And Major Vincent Gray is to report to Operations Center as soon as you touch down. Personally.
I wish we had thought of taking our dropship and strapping like all of the ruined clan mechs we've partially destroyed all over the outside of it, like the Reavers from Firefly with dead bodies, except we do that with clan mechs.
I feel like they would burn up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I know it would never work, but I think it would be cool if we showed up with all these war trophies.
Save it
all
for
over,
Battletech.
Can we have them stamped on the side as kills? Like all the
for sure.
clan mechs? Okay.
Yeah. The Union has a lot of surface space, so you got a lot to work with there.
It's all the stamps, and then there's a QR code that if you scan the QR code, you see the montage of all the gun footage of all of these clan mechs
and like
blowing up.
it's a voiceover done by your public relations corporation for like hire us today.
It's a really popular tune with all of our like combat audio mixed up in like an auto tune, like
not Sleep
nobody
Metal.
got time for that style like song that you listen to as you watch all this gun footage.
As you're landing, you are called, Warrant Officer Butch McGurk, down to the aerospace fighter bay.
By who?
It says from the Office of Silverwing Raven Corporation, which is your public relations corporation.
Oh, okay. Are they the ones that did all the anime shit?
Yes.
Okay. They're still with us.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go down there.
That's why you only have a spot for one aerospace fighter now, because they are taking up the other one. All right. So one of the riders is there, and he's got a picture of Commander Starleague, and he's going. Star Captain Menace, and then the next panel is Menace going, "It's Star Colonel now, Captain."
Okay.
And he's just like, look, I know we're basing this character off of you and your magnificent physique, but I'm having a lot of trouble, getting the torso to look right here. I just,
Shirts off.
He
does like the Bruce Almighty Jim Carrey, where he just throws his arm back and
he goes to
shirt just flies off.
He goes to get the Commander Starleague cosplay for you, so that you can put on.
I just stand still the whole time waiting for it to show up, and people just start putting it on him.
Yeah, all right. So he starts taking specific sketches of you.
It's probably not the first time this has happened.
Nearby, Billy is just sitting there, shaking with laughter.
Exactly. Yeah, he's hamming it up. He sees that Billy's enjoying it, so he pours it on extra thick. He does like the James Brown thing where people try to put a cape on him, and he's like, "Ah!" and he just keeps shrugging it off, and then acting like he's weak, and then shrugging it off.
I've never heard that be called the James Brown thing, but
Isn't
now
that
that you
James Brown
said
used
it,
to do on the stage show.
Yeah, no. Now that you said it, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I would never have used that term for the maneuver.
Oh, really? I'm pretty sure that's where it originated. I could be wrong.
Oh, I feel really bad for this person in Discord chat right now who said that Howler is one of his favorite characters and Crimson was his previous favorite. Oh, it's a rough life.
Previous is right.
Yeah.
So if there's NPCs in the game you don't like, just tell Arthur they're your favorite and they're screwed. So.
Well, Howler's still alive.
Yeah, Howler is still alive.
Somehow.
We like Howler around here. We're Howler stands. If there's nothing you want to do, 4.5 days later, you arrive on the planet Richmond, rejoining your unit.
So
Thinking about how I want to go about
who's there
this.
waiting for us in Richmond?
Yeah, so the whole unit is
the Countess there? Like the
no,
whole 9
so the
yards?
Countess is still on Kolavrati, and she can't even send messages to you because you're under Comstar interdiction.
Okay.
Major Gray, you're called to the Planetary Command Center ASAP, but Selena, you're low ranking ish. And so you're hearing from all of the techs and all the other people who feel comfortable talking to a sergeant like yourself that there are rumors that some massive douchebag is going to end up taking over the unit, and that they're going to steal the spot from Vincent.
What's their name?
Oh, everybody's got 6 rumors about who this person could be. The most popular one right now is that it's a former Draconis Combine warlord, some sort of highly decorated samurai officer who always carries his sword in his left hand, so he's never not ready to fight.
Can I send, like, Bandito a message about that?
Yes. You can text him before he reaches the command center.
I just text him, hey, apparently some douchebag wants your job and he carries a sword around.
That's a lot of people. I think who that could be.
There are a lot of warlords in the Draconis Combine.
Okay. Okay. Just reply back thing for me now.
All right. So if you're not watching live, James said, if we don't like him too much, we'll just spend a plot point to turn the floor beneath him to lava. That's rough. That's rough. The floor is lava. You are directed to the Comstar part of the planetary command center, and you can see that there is a very annoyed Comstar agent, not non-military, like a technical, someone who works the HPG, the hyperpulse generator, is pulling down a taped sign that says "Commanding General Starleague." He's like, this doesn't belong here. Off of the office where you're supposed to be going to. The person turns to you and he says, "What are you doing here?"
I was told to come here.
Well, who are you?
I go with him only if he asks me to, though. So like that would be up to. I don't know if that's a bandito thing.
I don't know if I was allowed to bring anybody with me.
If you have brought someone here, he's allowed to follow you as far as this room. Yes. The antechambers.
Well, I didn't know if it said anything as in you were only allowed.
Leaves no. Nothing is mentioned.
Mention, then probably would have McGurk with him because he's paranoid and doesn't like to
so
be
the other
alone.
guy
Does this guy have any discerning like insignia on?
He's wearing Comstar robes, and he has the mark of a Comstar adept on his shoulder. And if you can read the specific insignia, which I don't know that you can, he's got 10 years as an HPG technician.
Okay, do I recognize this as something like Harbinger would wear?
No. Harbinger is a Blake cultist, so he wears different robes now, and he's a Mechwarrior of a different rank. So, yeah, like this is, if you recall, Comstar and Ward of Blake have split apart at this point. Comstar has become a non-religious business.
Okay.
They run the hyperpulse generators of most of the inner sphere.
Gotcha.
And they have formed the Star League's core, essentially. They were like, all right, well, Star League's back. I guess we're just gonna fold ourselves into that. Word of Blake is still a fully religious organization.
They're like a fringe group.
It's the largest religion in the inner sphere.
Okay.
They are fringe because they're lunatics.
Yeah, when he's like, "Who are you?" I take a step forward and give him the knife hand. I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?"
He's like, "Oh, well, I work here."
Well, you think that makes you special?
Who are you? How did you get into this room?
I'm asking the fucking questions around here.
So from inside the office, we hear someone clear their throat and say, in a sort of slightly Germanically accented English, "Please send him in." And the man steps aside to let Vincent, and only Vincent, past him.
I shake my head. I'm like,
he mad dogs you too. He's in your face, Butch. Yeah, like you're probably a whole foot taller than him, and he's like, "Yeah, what's up now, bitch?"
Nice robe.
He says it's traditional among my people. Were you gonna go dance out there in your little shorts and in your vest?
Well, first of all, there's no way Butch would be wearing. Maybe he's wearing shorts. I don't know. I can dance if I wanna.
I have a master's
degree. I can leave my friends behind.
Wow. Vincent, when you enter the office, the man sitting across from you is wearing the white hooded robes of Comstar with gold trim, which is a little unusual. You don't see that very often. He has no rank insignia. He looks quite aged, perhaps 70s or 80s. Salt hair and an eye patch over one of his eyes. He says, "Please sit down, Major."
He'll do so.
I've been following your career for some time, keeping my eye on you, as it were.
I had no doubt in my mind.
I would like your report as to your experiences in combat on the planetoid J-X 8675309.
Was that the planet we were just on?
Yeah.
I believe we had a different name for it, but okay. We arrived to the planet. It seemed like the planet had a sort of living sphere that was a ring around it.
Yes, cut to the part about combat operations.
Overly successful.
Overly successful.
Yes.
I see.
We faced 10 mechs on planet, 5 at a time due to going out of lighter mechs. The first wave that we fought were a bunch of inexperienced, well, seemingly aged pilots.
Solama units, then.
Yes. Quite a few well-placed shots managed to take out their gyros, leaving the mechs mostly usable. Second wave came in, had a little bit more of a punch. My mech personally was hit quite a bit as it was being made the focus, but managed to get out of there relatively in one piece.
Might I request the battle ROMs of your units?
Absolutely.
We appreciate that. My Invader Galaxy is hoping to create a counter strategy to upcoming clan fights for now and the future to be disseminated throughout the Star League.
My suggestion to that, out of my experience, don't play by their rules. But the method that we did use seemed to be a good strategy. Worked well, so long as you remember there's an extra little spot that the long tom hits.
So he adjusts his eye patch and says, I've actually found playing by clan rules has worked out quite well for me. He smiles slightly as if to indicate he's being somewhat humorous with you.
Fair enough, sir.
Like they're both like humor impaired, so neither one is able to like carry on the joke.
I've been following your career for some time, and I must say, I see a bit of myself in you. I suspect that whatever happens after this, should you survive, you will find yourself in a position where you might be used as a tool by your political superiors. You are a young officer with a solid career ahead of you. So my best advice for you is to keep your head down and try not to get involved or play any games. Major Vincent Gray.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing pretty much all my life.
Indeed.
I've only relatively recently became an officer's comparison, so.
I like the way he's like, don't play games, and it flash cuts to like McGurk and the guy outside who are like literally best friends now, like playing cards or something on the floor.
They're playing the future version of Magic the Gathering.
They're playing Uno with each other or something like that.
As far as the political games go, I don't really go into much of them as much. Though I've seen my fair share of them being played with us.
Major, your Countess has had limited communication with me over the last few months. She is appreciative of your success and will be using the funds that paid for these operations to expand your unit. A new dropship is being added to carry fighters for you, to replace the one that you've lost. You are, however, going to be continuing with Operation Bulldog in the future. A special section of your contract is being activated by the Countess and the Archon. I'm afraid that it may be some time before you are allowed to return home.
Generally, I think that was to be expected with our unit.
You and your people will undertake great hardships over the next 2 years. It should be noted that you will not succeed the former commander as the new leader of your unit. The Countess has secured a replacement at my recommendation. You will be meeting with him later today, and the Prince will then be giving a briefing for all units that will be involved in further operations.
Prince?
Prince Victor Ian Steiner Davian, commander of Operation Bulldog.
Ah.
I understand you've met with him before.
Yes, a couple of times. So he'll be our commander from now on?
Well, your unit does have a reputation for commanders.
I'm hoping some of that is at least good considering our original one, but
They seem to perish on a somewhat regular schedule.
oh, I don't think so. Considering the last one didn't perish, well, almost 10 years after.
So he just kind of stares at you awkwardly for some time.
He just stares at him back awkwardly.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
I do not. Do you have any other questions?
I have many questions, but none that I think can be answered in a quick conversation with you.
Very well. Thank you for your news. I'll be sure to have the gun cam sent to you as far as how the fight went.
And Major,
Yes.
for the upcoming operation, there are entire jump ships and drop ships being devoted to downloading the entirety of the Inner Sphere's entertainment media. In fact, it's part of why your particular unit is being selected for this mission, is their unique ability to entertain others and create new media.
Well, thank you.
As part of a favor to you, I am removing any mentions of Kenneth Cross from the operational database, including a movie based on your and Kenneth Cross's life. Despite its relative famousness and the fact that one of your lance mates starred in the movie.
Why are you doing that?
Psychological profiles of you indicate that thoughts about Kenneth Cross may cause you extreme stress.
As the name's been coming up more often recently, I've been learning to get over it.
We will continue with the original plan.
Fair enough.
You will be under enough stress.
That's been my whole life. All right. There's nothing else. If am I free to go?
He holds out a hand for you to shake and says, "You are free to go. I suspect we'll be seeing each other again soon."
Hopefully. He'll go reach out to shake his hand.
Okay.
Then die from the injected poison that he has in his sleeve.
Wow. Wait, this guy isn't Word of Blake. Jesus. As you leave the room, he writes something down on a tablet and uploads it and then sits back down. McGurk is outside playing cards.
Hey, there he is, my favorite guy. All right, Coral, I'll have to catch you later.
Coral? Oh, wow. Wow. Just gonna, all right, I'll take that one. Feel like I owe Henley some money for the using his character. We're gonna go on break now, and when we return, we're gonna hear more about Operation Bulldog. I'm gonna do some overarching plot stuff that's gonna be super boring. stick around for the second half. I know I've really motivated you to come back.
Jump ship now while you still can.
Exactly.